Hey guys, this is Saul. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you're new. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. I am currently leaving work right now, and I'm really excited for today, you guys. I kid you not, I literally just bought my ticket this morning before I left to work, and I'm leaving work right now. So just wanted to let you guys know I am going to the Charlie Puth concert today in San Diego, California for opening night of the Whatever's Clever World Tour. He is starting his tour today and opening night is in San Diego. It is at the Viejas Arena at San Diego State University. Really looking forward to this night. Really excited. And I guess we'll just see where the day goes. I just got off the trolley and I am now at San Diego State University in San Diego, California. It feels weird to be back on this campus. I used to come here a lot when I was 17 years old, so it does feel a little weird to come back. But it's nice. I think I'm just gonna see if I can find a place to charge my phone because it is dying. I'm just gonna look to see if I could just plug my phone in somewhere. But yeah, I'm super excited for the concert and I definitely can't wait for it. Really excited to be here for the opening night of the tour. somewhere to charge my phone, and my phone is charged for the most part. And I'm literally like right where the arena is, right there behind me. All the trucks are down there. So yeah, I'm really excited to see Charlie Puth tonight, aka my husband. I love him so much. Just walking around the venue right now. It's kind of like a circle format. I did see a merch booth and I did get my merch here. I just got like a white t-shirt. I'll show it later on in the video when I do my outro. But yeah, I think I'm gonna walk inside and look for my seat. Really looking forward for tonight.
It's only from time to time. Took the weight of the world, held onto it when you fell to the ground. Like you had no choice, before you little girl. So she would never feel the weight you feel now. I know it gets so hard, and it always seems to go on. But it's okay, please don't beat yourself up or whatever you do, 'cause it doesn't turn nothing but just break you in two. Please don't beat yourself up. Know you made some mistakes, but you know it means something when you live one more day. 17, I'll always stand up for you. When you're surface, I know what to do. When you're washed up, love's time you never asked for. When it's time, if you're washed up, lonely night, first one there to say alright. Time seas can be your friend, and you're known for being kind. I won't do it till we stay friends. We're the one to see the sun. Wait, maybe tomorrow they'll have something to say. Oh, right now we're in rhythm. We don't need no one's permission. End of the night, don't mean we gotta separate. Oh, we're getting real, real close. Let this moment go. Hands on your body, let this know it's in the body, just speaking. Let these empty cups hit you in like I wanna let go. Hurt you got close, you better get up and float. And through the ups and downs, life is the push and pull. What for a tree to grow. Sometimes it just has to be. It's not for nothing, feeling something. You know everybody cries, cry, cry, cry. It doesn't matter, you don't have to keep it all inside. Cry, cry, cry. It's so loud, like a laugh, so when you're up and feeling down, there is a line that pulls you out from the crash. Consumes you. When all you see is it won't work out. Never took me seriously. And what the hell is that about? Now I don't know where to go. Help me out. How do you love me this way? How do you love me this way? How are you gonna tell me you don't wanna stay? You tell me I'm too young, but I gave you what you wanted. Baby, after you treat me just like a boy, you won't wake up beside me. 'Cause I'm blind on this, but I said too much, but I'm wondering if think a little bit about me, baby, do you think a little bit about me still? Think a little bit about me, baby, do you think a little bit about me still? I should listen this late at night, but I know you could be there with someone that you left on red. So put this in your head when you start to miss the best I ever know. We had it all for a while, but now it feels like love in exile. Baby, don't turn away. Let's give our love another day. I used to live for your smile, but now it feels like love in exile. It's a game I believe, so it's hard not to imagine what's about it.
Hey everybody, so today is now Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. It is exactly 1 week since I attended the Whatever's Clever World Tour for Charlie Puth at San Diego State University at the Viejas Arena for opening night in San Diego, California. He does have his show today at the Forum in Los Angeles, California, and if I could go again, I would, but unfortunately, I didn't have enough money to make it out there, but it is what it is. At least I was able to go see him and just enjoyed my time while I went there. So, long story short, I'm just gonna kind of like summarize like what happened the day of the concert. So I got out of work at around 3:10 in the afternoon, and then I walked to a bus stop down the hill by where I was working at. And then I took the bus from Rancho Penasquitos down to the Mission Valley area of San Diego. And then from the bus, I hopped onto the trolley and then I took it to the La Mesa area of San Diego to get to San Diego State University for the concert. So I got off the trolley and then I got there a little earlier than expected. I got to the venue, they scanned, and then I was just kind of walking around, just kind of checking out the scenery. I was checking out the food, the merch, like all these other little things that they had. And I did see that they had like this huge merch table set up. And I was looking and looking, and if I'm being honest with you, I wasn't really the biggest fan of the merchandise, like with what they had for when I saw him back in 2023, and then when I saw him for the first time back in 2018. The merch at those two tours were really nice, but the merch for this tour didn't really catch my eye. But I did find a shirt that really did catch my eye, and I did see a lot of people buying it. I think it was like the most iconic and the most popular merch that everybody was just kind of buying and eyeing, which I can completely like understand, like as it being like the most iconic piece of tour merch, if that makes sense. So this is the shirt that I got. So I got it in the biggest size that they had. I was able to get it in a size 3XL. I really like to wear like my shirts kind of baggy, especially like merchandise, because you know, like when you do wash it, it will obviously shrink down or it won't really fit true to size, if you know what I mean. Because like I've been collecting concert merch since I was 15, and then during COVID is when I really started to do it. So yeah, and it also depends on like the fabric too. So this is the shirt that I got. So this is the front of it here. It just says whatever's clever, Charlie Puth, with a magnifying glass, a piano, and a puzzle piece with the cloud representing like what was posted on YouTube. This is the back side of the shirt, so it just says Charlie Puth Tour 2026, and then it has all the tour dates on it. And mine is the very first one where it says April 22nd, San Diego, California. Yeah, so this was the shirt that I got, and I love it a lot. It's really oversized and really big and very baggy, and it's very long and lengthy too. I already did wear it, which was pretty cool. And this was like the only piece of merch that I did end up getting. It was like very eye-catching to me. And again, I also did get it in the biggest size they had, which was a 3XL. So that was really nice. So I got my merchandise, and then I kind of continued walking around the outside of the Viejas Arena. And then after I was done kind of walking around and kind of taking everything in, I decided to walk inside, and I found my seat. And then I'm like, oh wait, well let me just charge my phone. So I ended up finding an outlet inside, and I was just standing there charging my phone. And then we had two opening acts for the tour. We first had a girl come on named Ali Salort. I've never heard of her before, but she sounded pretty good from what I saw. And then we had the second opening act. His name was Daniel Stevie. He was like a guitarist, singer-songwriter, and from what I saw and from what I enjoyed, I really liked his music that he put on. So yeah, those two opening acts came on, and then I was just continuing to kind of charge my phone and walk around the venue. And then we had no idea what time Charlie Puth was actually going to come out on stage, considering it was the first show on tour. It was opening night. So I was thinking, okay, like the first opener act came on at 7:30, and then the second one came on at around 8 o'clock. And both of them only lasted about 15 to 20 minutes for their performances for each opening act. Ali Salort performed for only like 15-20 minutes, and then Daniel Seavey performed anywhere between like 10 to 15 minutes. I can't really exactly remember considering it was from a week ago. So, yeah, so nobody had any idea of what time Charlie Puth was going to come out on stage. I was thinking, okay, he's probably going to come on anywhere between like 8:50 to like 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is usually like when concerts for like the main headliner actually start. So I went over to my seat at around like 8:40, 8:45, and I'm waiting for Charlie Puth to come on stage. I'm like all I'm thinking about in this moment is like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here for opening night of the very first show for his new tour for the newest album that came out primarily a month ago at the end of March. It was a pretty cool show. Not gonna lie, I was like a little disappointed with the production, but I tried to make the best of it and I tried to make a good time out of it. That man has literally helped me so much. He's like my husband, my favorite all-time singer that is a boy, like who has like emotionally and physically and like his music has literally saved my life. I can't even think of any other way to explain it, if I'm being honest with you. But I've been a fan since 2016 when I discovered him by accident in the 11th grade during social studies class when I was just fooling around on a computer. But it was worth it. I have no regrets, and I've been a fan of his for almost 10 years. Wow, that's really crazy for me to think about. Yeah, so as I was saying, I was just a little bit overall disappointed with how the concert was. I wish he would have performed more songs from the newest album, from Whatever's Clever. He only did like the popular or radio hits that were from that album. He only basically did like the singles. I wish he would have performed Until It Happens to You. That is one of my favorite songs from the album that I really like. I also really wish he would have performed New Jersey, considering that he wrote a song from his home state where he is from, because he is from the East Coast and grew up in New Jersey. So I wish that I would have gotten those two songs from the Whatever's Clever album. And then he did just a bunch of like throwbacks from Charlie, Voice Notes, 9-Track Mind. And then he was also performing the songs that was originally intended for CP3 for his third studio album. He did perform Cheating on You, and I thought he was going to perform like those other songs like I Warned Myself, Mother, Girlfriend. I thought he was going to perform those other three songs, but he only just did Cheating on You. And then, yeah, like I said, he just kind of kept doing like a whole bunch of those throwbacks and kind of did them in like a jazz kind of club style, if that makes sense. Was singing them in a different octave or key than what you originally hear on like streaming services or a CD or on iTunes. So I think that was kind of like the only downside of it. I did think about going again in Los Angeles at the Forum, which would be today for Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. But I think with just how I kind of felt afterwards, I'm like, I mean, I think just seeing him one time is enough and it'll do. The concert went till like really, really late at night. He did leak the set list online and it was only about maybe anywhere between 17 to 19 or 20 songs. I can't really exactly remember. I was thinking it was just gonna be what I was so used to seeing on his last two tours. I think with just him revamping them, doing them in kind of like a slower jazz club style and singing them in a different key or octave, and with him doing like a lot of talking and with the band and the backup singers doing their own thing, I think that's what just kind of really delayed everything. Because when I saw the set list online, I was thinking, oh, okay, it's probably only going to be like at least an hour, 45 minutes max. The concert ended up going until like 11:10 at night. Then my sister picked me up and she was kind of waiting around for a little while. I went to go meet my sister at a parking lot on the campus of San Diego State University, and I hopped in the car and then we drove home to the beautiful mountains of San Diego where we live. I ended up just hopping in bed. It just didn't really meet my expectations, but I tried to make the best of it and I tried to have fun. Considering that, again, this is a music artist that I really love and I have a lot of respect for, and that has literally physically saved my life. I felt it was such an honor to be there for his first show on this new tour, for this album that we've been waiting for quite some time now, if I'm being honest with you. So my sister drove me home and I just ended up going straight to bed because I was tired and I had to go to work the following day. So I ended up going to work, and then that Friday of that week, which was last Friday on the 24th of April, my mom ended up picking me up and she took me out to eat, and she had asked me how the concert was, and I told her like just my facial expression when she had asked me. She kind of started laughing, and then I tried to like be positive and I said, well, you know, it didn't really meet my expectations, but I tried to make the best of it and have fun. I was telling my mom, you know, like I would, but I don't think I would want to. Even if I did have the money, I still don't think I would want to, because considering that all the dates in California are so early in the tour, so opening night was in San Diego, which is where I went. And then he did Phoenix, Arizona, and then he came back to California, did Santa Barbara, California at the Santa Barbara Bowl, which is an amphitheater, and then did Anaheim, California at the Honda Center. Yesterday on Tuesday on the 28th of April, and then today on the 29th of April for Wednesday, he is in Los Angeles, California at the Forum. And then this upcoming Friday on the 1st of May, he will be at the Bill Civic Auditorium in San Francisco, California. And as many of you guys probably know or remember, my last concert that I did, I was in San Francisco for closing night of the Hit Me Hard and Soft tour for Billie Eilish, and that was in November of last year in 2025. Ever since I did that trip, and ever since I met up with my internet friend up there, who I met with in person after talking online for 10 months, I have been itching to get back to San Francisco. So I tried to see if I could book like a flight to San Francisco to go see Charlie Puth again up there, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to. And again, even if I had the money, I don't think I would want to, unfortunately. So it's okay. I'm happy with the overall experience, even though I tried to make the best of it, even though it didn't really necessarily meet all my expectations, but it is what it is. Still working, and I'm just gonna see what I can do to just live life and to continue going to concerts. Many of you guys know I kind of had like a series of concerts lined up for this year, for 2026. So like I did state in my Billie Eilish vlog at the end, some concerts I had lined up. I wanted to do Charlie Puth, so I did Charlie Puth. My next concert that I am looking to do is Demi Lovato for the It's Not That Deep tour. I am looking to buy my ticket next week, but I don't know if I want to do the show in Anaheim at the Honda Center or the show in Los Angeles at the Forum. So I guess we'll see what happens. And then I am also looking to go to the Eternal Sunshine tour for Ariana Grande, although the resale market for that tour is so insane right now. So I'm really hoping I can make that tour. That is like my #1 priority I want to do for 2026. And then I also am looking to go see BTS on the Arirang tour. They're going to be in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in September. So hoping I can get tickets to that too. But other than that, I can't think of any other concerts that I have lined up for this year besides what I just listed off right now. So yeah, this is going to be closing out my vlog for the Charlie Puth Whatever's Clever World Tour. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, just type it down below. I'll try to respond. Even though the production didn't meet my overall standards, and even though I was quite frankly unsatisfied with the overall experience, what matters is that I went and I saw my husband. I saw a musician that I love so much and have so much respect for, and what matters is that I had fun and I tried to make the best of it. I will also say what really did irritate me about this tour is that the arena was not like sold out, and what really also made me mad is that there were a lot of people that were up and leaving while the concert was going on. So a lot of seats opened down like lower, like towards like the floor. So I was able to sneak down. If you watch my video when he performs Patient and Sideways, you'll kind of notice that I like leave my seat and I start walking down, and I walk all the way down to like where the railing is, and then it's the floor. So I got kind of like a closer view, but not really, but I tried to make it work, and I wanted to be as close to my husband as possible. So I'm very, very glad that I was able to do that. And at least he performed some songs that were like really upbeat and fun. I love that he closed out the show with Love and Exile and Changes from the Whatever's Clever album, and then performed One Call Away and See You Again as well. So I thought that was like a very unique way to close out the show, considering that Love and Exile is a really good song and a really one of my also favorites from the Whatever's Clever album as well. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to be closing out this video. Hopefully I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Alright, have a wonderful day. Bye!
I would be lying if I said